2, Financially Free with Professor B.
Yes, yes, yes. So I'm proud of you, Kings, for first of all making the decision that this is something you were interested in and ready to take the next step and committed. It's no excuses. I was just talking to my mom before this call, and I was like, I know it took me a few years to get into trading. I get it. But I just hate when I tell people about the potential and they don't get it. And the fact that you Kings are where you are and you guys got it and decided to invest in yourselves said a lot about you. So kudos to y'all. And I'm proud of y'all. And let's just get into week 2. All right. So we got Snow on the call currently, right?
Yeah, Sha, this might be Shaba right here, right
Okay.
on time. Hello?
Hello.
Yeah,
This is a prepaid debit call. This call is from a correction facility and is subject to monitoring and recording. Thank you for using Global Tellink.
Hello? Yeah, what's up, man? Your phone straight?
I don't know, man. You know how this shit go. Sometimes you take the call, they hung up. I don't know what the hell happened.
Yeah, they hating. All right. This week 2, Professor B about to get started.
All right.
Okay.
Wonderful. So let's recap from last week real quick. So we went over trading, the mindset of a trader. We talked about that briefly. We talked about what day trading actually is. We talked about some good stocks to consider when beginning trade for beginner traders. Let me see. We talked about structure as far as support and resistance. We talked about the analytics of a candle, how to read candlesticks. We talked about trend direction. And yeah, that's mostly what we talked about on last week. Anybody has any questions on what we covered last week?
No, I don't.
Okay.
All
All
right.
right.
Before you go, Snow was able to give 4 video clips. So Snow, you got any questions you got about the video clips you got so far?
The video clips that was showing the graph that was being shown, especially when you zoomed in, how to focus on the candlesticks. It's a little bit different from like seeing it on TV because it's dealing with all types of stuff like Apple, FEMA, Pfizer, Johnson. It shows everything. So when you read it, the arrows that's going up, that's the green. You know, that's actually a positive that she's telling us, and I see it now. So when I see the arrow that's going down, red, that's the negative. So when I seen your video and was able to capture that from the TV, I started to understand the graph a little bit better.
Got you.
That's a checkmate to me.
That's a checkmate for sure.
That's a checkmate.
That is a checkmate for sure. I want us to monitor the price of Apple. So write down right now, guys, the price this week for Apple is $261.54. I just want to follow the price as we go from week to week.
Did y'all come with y'all pen and pad? What's note takers?
Yeah, always. Composition notebook. No.
All right, so what's the numbers on Apple she just said?
Yeah, 251.54, right?
61.54, 261.54.
261.54.
Oh, 261. Okay. All right, 261.54. Right, I got it.
So next week we're going to see what price is, and that's going to tell us if the charts went down, if the charts went up, and y'all going to see whatever news y'all can find out about Apple, and Apple will be the stock we track together.
Okay. That's off 12 to 12:26.
Okay.
Okay.
Anything else you want to share with us, Snow?
Nah.
Okay.
There's nothing else.
So tonight, guys, we're going into risk management. This is where Professor B used to get F's. The financial free used to be for F me. So I want to say that when I got into trading, all I could see was the profitable side, how much money I could possibly make. And it was just looking like cha-ching, 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 cha-ching. And the word risk management meant nothing to me. I didn't, risk management meant nothing to me. I was like, as long as this thing is going green, that's a win for me. And that was just such the wrong mindset to have. I'm in a lot of different discords of other traders. I just love information. And I was in one of the discords on last week. What's up, Brock? Just looking. I was in one of the discords on last week, and he was listing the order in which he teaches trading, and risk management was up there before even considering making a dime. And I was like, you know what? That's not how I lead. Because first of all, I'm not a teacher. Professor B became a professor for you kings. Like I was gung ho that I'm not trying to teach how to trade. I just want to trade. But when I heard about what was going on here, this pulled on my heart and I felt like I would be a good fit for this type of situation. But outside of that, I ain't trying to teach nobody how to trade. So with that being said, I really had to go back to the drawing board to even teach you kings appropriately how you should trade. And risk management definitely has to be up there. Risk management is switching the mindset of what I used to have about it all being about profits to how do I protect my profits at all costs. Like it's just as excited as I get about hitting my profit target, I got to be just as excited about getting out of bad trades, setting my stop losses and honoring it, and saving my money versus losing my money as much as I possibly can. And that just was not who I was when I started trading. So, with that being said, risk management is a fairly simple concept that when it comes to trading, your goal is to survive long enough to become skilled. Okay, it's going to take a little time, usually, especially without the proper guidance. And what frustrates you is that you keep losing. That you're like, you know what? It's not even worth me.
Happy Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day, bro. We want video bomb and say that.
You spreading the love. That's what I'm talking about, King. The world needs more love. All right, peace out. No, I'm saying it. All right. So with that being said, can you get up my video, please? With that being said, focus on protecting our money is just as important as making the money. So our goal is to survive long enough to become skilled, because if we can't survive long enough, you're going to give up because it's feeling like you're not being skilled, but really it's probably just your risk management is out of tact. Because once you learn your technicals, once you learn your A plus setup, those things are going to happen, but it's about how responsible can you be when this type of opportunity is presented to you and put in your lap, basically. So you never want to risk more than this is special edition following the guidance of Dante here. 1% of your account max per trade. Stop trading for the day after 3 losses. That's really good. Once you kind of maybe have 3 losses for the day, psychologically, you just kind of start beating yourself up a little bit. You try to force trades a little bit. You try to revenge trade, and it could just be unhealthy for you. What how trading gets people is it seems so simple, it looks so simple, but it's very emotionally complex. So you got to put your rules in order ahead of time. So when you have the urge to keep on going and over trading, you like, nope, I got my risk management in place. And my risk management says if I have 3 losses in a day, I'm done. Period. Set your stop loss before you enter. That's just saying you got a max pain level of what you're going to lose for that trade. Set that ahead of time. Know what your entry is going to be. So that way, you know, I don't want to lose no more money than this right here for this trade. And then stick to that. Because a lot of times you'll see the candles moving a little bit more than you expected, and your brain is going to see the movement, and your brain is going to want to adjust your stops and your entries accordingly. But we're training ourselves. What I learned about trading is not really about trading as much as it's about training yourself about to respect your rules. This shows you if you can honor yourself. This shows you if you can trust yourself. If you can do the same thing over and over and over again off of your A plus setup and set your risk management appropriately, you can shorten your learning curve that it takes to become a profitable trader. All right. Take profits. I talked about this on one of my other lives today. My goal is $1,000 a day. And I would used to get like $700. I wanted the whole thousand. I would be up 700 and I will let it go all the way back to zero because my greed problem was like that's not enough. My ambition was like I set out for 1,000, so I'm not going to settle for 700. Just telling myself all the wrong things. But a real professional trader is going to say, well, you know what, 700 is great. This is what the market gave me, and I'm not going to force anything else. My job is to let this money compound every single day and not have to start over every single day from ground zero, actually a negative zero if you're losing money. And there's nothing like having to make that money back just to get to zero and then make a profit. So by having tight risk management, you just avoid unnecessary loss, which will make you a profitable trader sooner than later. All right. Any questions about risk management?
Said risk management. Say if I lost, if I had three
Watch
losses,
out,
I'm
watch out.
done, right?
One more time.
That should be a rule. That should be a rule, right? That should be a
Say
rule.
after say that again. Snow, speak up a little bit.
I said risk management. My rule should be if I had three losses, I'm done.
Yes. So in your trading day, if you attempt to trade 3 times and all 3 times it does not go your way, then we want to wrap up for the day.
That's good.
Guess what? If it goes good 3 times, you want to wrap up for the day. We're not here to make all our money in one day. We're here to survive to see another day. Okay, so that's really the biggest thing about risk management is setting your rules, sticking to them. Because that's where it'd be like, man, it's unlimited possibilities. Let me try this again.
Professor B,
Uh-huh.
I gotta switch my phone real quick. I gotta cut off and call you from the other phone.
Okay.
Thank you for using Global Telling.
All right, Snow still on the line.
Keep going.
Yeah.
All right. The next part of the curriculum is going to be about emotional control. Your biggest enemy is not the market, it's the impulses. We kind of just talked about that in intertwined with risk management. So the winning mindset, we don't do any revenge trading. What is revenge trading? Revenge trading is I'm going for $1,000. I'm at 700. I let it go down to zero. Now I'm pissed. So I do it again. And I'm in a bad energy. That energy, I don't know what it is, but the market can pick up on that. And it just usually does not work out in your favor. Revenge trading is also, oh, I had 3 bad trades. I'm going to say, forget the rules. I'm going for the fourth trade. That's a revenge trade. Because according to your rules, you said you was going to be done after 3. So now you are violating yourself. Okay. No fear. What happens is especially when you are a new trader, you might take a couple of opportunities. Let's say we did our 2 opportunities and we got 1 left. So now you like, man, the first 2 times I tried, they didn't go right. And then you see a good setup coming. You see your A plus setup forming again, and you're scared to get in because the first 2 times it didn't work. You
This
got to
something
build.
right here. This something
Okay.
right here. All right. Hello?
Hello. This is a prepaid debit call from. This call is from a correction facility and is subject to monitoring. Thank you for using
All right,
Hello?
you're going to have to catch up, but just tell him what's the next curriculum, emotional what?
Emotional control is the next thing on our learning list after risk management. And we were at the top. We said the biggest enemy is not the market, it's your impulses. And we kind of talked about that mixed in with risk management. And what is a winning mindset when you are a trader or becoming a trader? What's going to save you is no revenge trading. And I was given the example. Let's say, we said we can't do no more than 3 trades a day, and 3 bad trades a day, or 3 lessons a day. We lost, so we're gonna call it a lesson. We got to learn something from every loss. Got to equal a lesson. What did I do wrong? What could I have done better? Study yourself and show thyself approved. So with that being said, so we're on trade 3, it does not go right. And now we're like, man, I want to do that 4th trade. That's revenge trading if you do it. That's you breaking your rule if you do it. So you got to learn how to respect your rules and stick to them, because the impulses is going to be there. The anger, the disappointment is going to be there. You're like, man, I got to do this again. I can do this type energy. All right. The next one is no fear. This is, for example, when you done tried your 2 and you got one more strike and you're out. So now you're looking for your 3rd opportunity to get in the market. But now you got fear in your heart because the first 2 went wrong. So now you see your setup happening and you're like stalling instead of just executing. You're like, oh, I'm a little bit afraid because the last 2 times I tried this, I was wrong. It looks right again, but I could be wrong. So every little second matters, especially, well, not every little second, but time is of the essence when you're trading for the best entry. That candle will move and you'll still have a great trade you can take, but your entry might be a little bit off, which will make you say it's not even worth the risk, which is the risk management, how much I got to lose in order to be profitable in this trade. So that can be the fear of like missing good setups because you missed them before. Every time you see your setup, trading is a probability skill set as well. Just do it anyway. Because 80% of the time your setup is going to work. 20% of the time your setup is not going to work. But you're betting. Betting is the wrong word because I don't want y'all to think about this as gambling. But the probability is on the side that if you follow your trading rules, this will work. So don't have no fear. Just do your plan. Think about it that way. FOMO, fear of missing out. This is when this could be me a little bit too. This is when you know what your A plus setup is, and the market is just moving so slow that it's not approaching what you know. And an A plus setup, that just means a trade. This just means an entry that works pretty much 80% of the time. That's all an A plus setup is. And everybody has a different way of doing that. The A plus setup that we're going to be learning in this curriculum is the 3 candle setup. So basically, you're looking for that setup to happen. And every single time it happens, you take advantage of it. That was the last one. But this one is you see that your setup isn't happening. And let's say, for example, you're me and I trade from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. And it's like 10:45 and my setup hasn't happened. And I'm like, well, I'm going to miss out of making any money today. Now that's fear of missing out. So now I go and take I take a C list setup. So A list means like an A plus in school. B is like, okay, it was a medium grade setup. C is like, okay, 50-50. So now I'm like, okay, 11 o'clock is approaching. I know I don't want to be trading longer than that. I'm not at the levels I want to be at, but this looks pretty decent. And you just jump in a trade because of fear of missing out. A good trader will say, you know what? I'm not at my setup. It's cool. I'm gonna sit today out because it's 11. I'm respecting my rules, and I'll just try again tomorrow. For me, that used to feel like, man, I'm missing out on money. But honestly, the more you can respect that rule, the better longevity you will have with trading. It'll go from, oh, I had a good day, a couple of days a week, to, oh, I had good weeks because I can follow my trading plan. All right. Patience over pressure. You got to learn how to be patient. We just kind of covered that in the fear of missing out. If the trade don't present itself, the trade don't present itself. You got to be patient. You got to figure out how to not succumb to what looks like so much possibility, and just learn that if it's not my move, I'm not missing out on anything. I'm just respecting my rules. And that is like the most valuable thing a person can do, is respect their rules to themselves. Discipline over excitement. So again, it's just about doing what you said you're going to do. You got to look at this as disrespectful if you're not following your rules to your own self, and just how you don't want to let yourself down. So just being a disciplined person in trading, or if you're a disciplined person right now, is going to either help you become more disciplined in life, or your discipline in life is going to help you be a more disciplined person in trading. And it's really everything. The more that you can follow your plan, the more profitable you will be. All right. So that is what emotional control in a nutshell looks like, and some terms that come up when describing those things. So we had revenge trading. Who can tell me what revenge trading is?
Like I had three bad trades, and I said forget the rules.
Good. Okay, perfect, perfect, perfect. What is no fear?
No fear.
Mm-hmm.
No fear. I got this. Okay. No fear is when you might have traded a couple times, and the first two it didn't work out, and then you're thinking the third one might not work because the first two didn't. So you kind of not trusting your system anymore. You kind of getting a little nervous.
Perfect. Yes, y'all are listening. All right. What's FOMO? What does that stand for? Did I say it specifically?
Fear of missing out.
Fear of what?
FOMO. Missing out.
Perfect. Yes, fear of missing out. And patience and discipline was the last two. So y'all are doing wonderful. You got that? Fear of missing out?
Yeah, I got it.
All right. Okay, the next thing coming up is our strategy. I think we're gonna come back to that. Let me see here. So let's talk a little bit about some terminology, because that will make the strategy make more sense when I show it to you. Okay, y'all got your pens ready?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Yes, they do.
Okay.
Yes, we do.
Candle price.
Candle price.
Candle price is the first thing we going over.
Okay.
And that is basically price action. Candle price shows price action. Well, y'all ready for me to?
What?
Candle price shows price action. Y'all got that?
Price action. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we got it.
All right. Trend.
Okay.
Trend shows direction the market is moving. So remember on the clips, if you've been able to see them so far, where the candles was going up, or the candles was going down, or the candles were going across. We talked about that last week. When candles are going up, that's an uptrend. When candles are coming down, that's a downtrend. When candles are going across, that's consolidation. So trend shows direction the market is moving.
Okay.
All right. Side note, write this. The trend is your friend. That means we trade with trend. Okay. So trend could be going down, but when trend is going downward, it still makes higher lows in order to make lower lows. Let me make sure I said that right. So when trend is going downward, yes, it makes lower highs in order to make a lower low. So that means it's just doing a little mountain move. So that means before it goes this, it's going to go this low, and it's going to come up a little bit, and it's going to go lower, and it's going to come up a little bit. So sometimes you'll try to get in on a trade when it comes up a little bit, but that's not what you want to do in a downtrend. I'm sorry. Sometimes when it goes lower, you want to how do I want to say that? When it goes to the lower low, you know it's got to do a small pullback. So you're kind of entering on the pullback of it going up a little bit. That part can be a little confusing because you'll see the price action of the candles moving upward. So you'll think that trend is moving upward, but you got to remember that we are in a downtrend. And what you want to happen is allow that price to move upward a little bit. And usually around that zone, when it does move up in the downtrend, is when you want to enter for a trade. And I'm going to show y'all that on the charts and that'll make more sense. But just for the sake of definition, trend shows direction.
Right.
And we trade with the trend. All right. Breakout is the next word.
Breakout.
Uh-huh.
You have 1 minute left.
I'm gonna call back.
Okay. And then when you call back, this will probably be our last call for tonight.
All right.
The caller has hung up. You know what? Let me do the same.
Okay.
Thank you for using Global Telling.
They both hung up.
Yep. They said they both gonna come back
Oh, all right. All right, that's them right there.
for the last call.
This is a free call from
Ariel, bro. Okay. They really listen. They locked in, focused.
These boys about to be paid like the World Trade.
You playing no games.
Listen.
intro calls may be
Game
provided
playing,
to law
no
enforcement
games.
agencies. To accept this free call,
I
press
like.
1.
That's what I like right
Preventing
there.
suicide is important.
That's why I got
If you
this
have
all
concerns
money on,
during
man.
this call,
That's what I'm
please
saying.
contact the
Getting
individual's
ready.
facility to communicate
Gonna
with
lift
them.
the
Thank you for
economy up.
using security.
Got to.
You may
Somebody got to
start the
do it.
conversation now.
All right, here goes Shaba right here. Hold on.
Okay.
Hello.
Hello. This is a
Lift
prepaid
the
debit call
economy
from
up.
an incarcerated person at the New Jersey Department of Corrections. This call is from a correction facility. Thank you for...
All right, they both back on.
Okay. Wonderful. The next word we were at, guys, is breakout.
Uh-huh.
And we talked about support and resistance on last week. And who can tell me there's a top line and there's a bottom line of a zone? One line is support and one line is resistance. Which line, what the top line is, that support or resistance?
Support. The top line is the support. Yeah, that's the resistance. The top line.
I heard one support and one resistance, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who said who's
AKA the roof, right?
huh?
Resistance, AKA the roof, right?
There you go. What's the matter, bro?
Yeah.
Calm down.
Yeah. Support the floor.
Okay, perfect. Good answer.
Support the floor.
There you go. So what a breakout is, price moving above resistance or below support. So what a consolidation really is you got your top line and you got your bottom line. The way I've been looking at it kind of lately, probably because the Super Bowl just happened, you got one end zone and you got another end zone. And basically, you're looking to see the ball go on the other side of the end zone. So you want to see the line cross, you want to see price cross over that resistance line. That's called breakout. But consolidation is when price goes up to the resistance, down to support, up to the resistance, down to support, up to the resistance, down to support. It's just bouncing in between those two lines. So when it breaks out at the top or breaks out at the bottom, that's a breakout. Y'all following me?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Pull back. Okay, let me see what it says. Price moving against. Okay. Pull back. A small move opposite of trend. All right. So pull. Okay. So what happens is I just told y'all what consolidation is, right? I just told you what a breakout was. So that means the price broke above the line that was once resistance, that was once the roof. A pullback is when price comes back toward that line, which was once resistance. That resistance now becomes support. Does that make sense?
Could you say that again? You gotta say that one more time.
Okay.
Pull
So
back.
what the definition says that it's a small move opposite of trend, but just write that down for the definition: a small move opposite of trend.
Okay.
But a pullback is showing you how to enter a trade. So what happens is we have the breakout. We're looking for it to do a retest, which means it comes back to the line that it broke out from. When it comes back to the line that it broke out from, that's your pullback.
So that's the small move opposite trend, right? The
So,
pull back.
so when it pulls back like that, remember the top used to be the roof, right?
Right. Yeah.
So now because the price broke out above it, when it comes back down, that resistance line is now your floor, is now your support because we're above it. That's a little
Oh.
challenging. So just hold on to that in your back pocket. Okay. But as long as y'all wrote the definition down, it'll all make sense the more we look at the charts. All right. So entry. This is where you start your trade. Entry just is where you enter your trade. Need some help? All right. And then next we got exit. Exit is when you close your trade. You exit out of the trade.
You said entry is what?
Entry is where you start a trade, is where you're entering at on your trade.
Right. Right.
And the exit is where you're getting out of the trade. And the next one is stop loss. Stop loss.
Stop loss.
Uh-huh. LOSS. Stop. STOP. Loss. And this is an automatic exit to protect you. So this is where we say in our risk management, I'm not willing to lose any more money than this for my trade. So let's say price is at 0. We want it to go to $5. But how do I say this? We want it to go to $5. If it doesn't go to the $5 and it goes against me, that means okay. So let's say price is at $5 because that's what's probably messing me up because that will make me have to go to a -5, and that's not how trading works. So let's say we're at $5 and we want the price to go to $10. All right, but we know that the price may go below $5 a little bit before it reaches the $10. So I'm saying if price is at $5, I'm not willing to lose no more than $2. So I'm setting my stop at $3. If price comes down to $3, I'm automatically out the trade. But as long as price stays above $3, it can fluctuate between above $3 and the $10 goal that I'm looking for. But if it goes down to $2, that stop is going to take me out. So that stop automatically protects me from losing more money than I'm willing to lose. I decide that ahead of time.
Wait, yeah, that's real. Say that one more time.
Okay. So this is what the definition says. It says Automatic exit to protect you. And then I'll show y'all more what that looks like on the chart. Next, we got take profit, automatic exit to secure gains. So just like we did that automatic exit to not lose a certain amount, we're doing an automatic exit to secure gains. So let's say I want price to go to $10, but it could probably go to 20, maybe even 30, 40, or 50. But that's greed talking to me. I said I wanted $10. So I set my take profit at $10. So no matter what happens beyond that point, I got the money that I came here to get and I can't lose none. Even if it goes up, that's not my money, but I secured what I came here to get. All right, bullish, the word bullish, write that down. That just means market is in an uptrend. Bullish.
ISH.
Uh-huh.
Bullish.
Oh, somebody just donated $200 to y'all.
Oh, snap.
What?
Oh,
You right?
Thank you, Kia.
okay. Let's go. There we go. Let's go.
There's somebody dancing up there too.
Praise God. Look at that.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah. Bless up.
Bless up. Yes. Y'all can there go y'all trading money right there. Look at God.
That was good. Thank you, God.
Yes. Okay. The next word, guys, is bearish. Bearish. Bearish.
Oh, bearish. I thought you said bullish.
The first one was bullish. That means the market is
Okay.
moving upward.
Right. Okay.
On this game, baby.
That means
It's making you angry. Barack, get out of here now. Get out of here. Go relax. This is my computer that you're about to break. Go relax.
You said bearish?
Bearish. Yes. So if you, as we start paying attention to the market a little bit more, you're going to hear people talking about bullish and bearish. Those are market terms, and it just describe if market is trending upward is bullish, price is going up, stock is going up. If it's bearish, price is going down.
Price.
And we got two more, and we'll wrap for tonight.
Okay.
All right. The next word is liquidity. LIQU. ID. ITY.
I can't really hear him.
Okay, look, say it again. You want me to spell it? You want me to spell it again? It's liquidity. And it's spelled LIQUID.
LIQU.
ID. ITY. D as in Delta, I as in India, T as in Tango, Y as in Yo-Yo.
I got it. Yes.
And that just means how easily something moves and trades. which will make more sense when we look at the chart. I ain't even gonna try to break that down further. You got to see that. And then last but not least, we got volume. Thank you, Kia, for your support. We truly appreciate you. And I love doing this with the Kings. Like, this feels like alignment and just a God-given assignment. Volume. How many shares are traded?
Is it what?
How many is the volume is how many shares are traded? I would say in an allotted time. All right, guys, and that's our class for tonight. Any questions?
And I got you said profit takers. What was the definition for that?
Which one?
Take profit. Take profit. Take profit.
Take profit is your automatic exit to secure gains. So take profit is basically, the market can go up a lot, but structurally, the market is going to go here and it's probably going to go here. And then after that, it may, let's say we're in a bullish move. We're looking for a long to go price action to go upward. Okay. And so we see that it could go from $5 to maybe $50. But structurally, we know the next pivot point of where price might change up on us is probably around the $20 mark. So instead of being greedy, I would say, and not even greedy, but instead of, because it depends on your trading style. As a scalper, that would be greedy for me. As a day trader, that would not be greedy. So as a scalper, instead of trying to get the whole move up to $50, I said, you know what? I know for sure it's going to make it to $20 based on this structure I'm looking at. So I'm going to set my take profit at $20. So when the price gets at $20, Blessing doesn't have to think about whether I'm going to get in or out of the trade. I'm automatically out because my greed might make me stay in the trade longer. And y'all heard me say earlier, if I stay in the trade too long, I might get to 20, but I know it can go to 50. I risk it going back to zero and I make no money.
Thank you for using Global Telling.
It hung up.
Yeah, somebody there. They done up.
Okay, well, that was the gist of it. You're more than welcome.
All right, well, we back at it next Thursday. That was a good. That was a good session, man. Y'all just keep paying attention, stay focused, man. You guys would be thousandaires to millionaires in no time, man.
Amen.
Definitely. You guys, yeah, I appreciate everything y'all doing for us. And I appreciate, what's your name, Kara?
Kia.
Yeah, kid. Yeah, 199.99.
Yeah, man. Peace and blessings to the queen, man. Also, peace and blessings to you, Bill Queen, Professor B. Have a good night to the king. Mr. Dave. Yeah, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, have a great night. Thank y'all.
Okay,
You
good
too.
night.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, we out here. Listen, man. Wrapped up. Professor B, week 2. Whoever was on, stayed on the whole time, man. So we doing, man. Putting men in jail, women on money. You feel me? We ain't playing no games. City to city, state to state, coast to coast. Somebody sent 200. No, they appreciate it. We doing something right, man. We out, man. The CEO. We out. See you next week.